Welcome to the Daily History Podcast, where time folds and the stories of yesteryears come alive. Today, we dive into the tale of the Rosetta Stone and the rebirth of Egyptian hieroglyphs. Join us as we unearth the mysteries that enabled us to speak with the ancients. The year is 1799, and the heat of an Egyptian summer bears down upon the land, a relentless guardian to its ancient secrets. Amid the dunes and dust, something stirs, a whisper of the past waiting to be heard. Soldiers of Napoleon's ambitious expedition are far from their French homes, hungry for glory and conquest. But what they find buried in the sands near the town of Rosetta will pivot their role from conquerors to inadvertent archaeologists. In an unforeseen moment, as spades unearth stone rather than gold, the Rosetta Stone reveals itself, a slab of granodiorite inscribed with cryptic characters no eye has read for centuries. The soldiers, grappling with the unfamiliar etchings, sense the gravity of their discovery. The carved trinity of scripts, hieroglyphic, Demotic, and Greek, meld together in an enigmatic dance of lines and symbols. Initial befuddlement reigns among them as they ponder, what tales might these ancient scripts recount? Those very characters carve a silent call to scholars and linguists the world over, igniting a spark of intense curiosity and prophecy of intellectual pursuit. It would not be mere treasure or territorial gain, but the Rosetta Stone, which would etch the year 1799 into the annals of history, marking a pivotal moment in the rebirth of Egyptology and the quest to give voice to a civilization long silenced. This stone, lying dormant for ages, was about to unravel the tightly coiled secrets of the pharaohs, and with it, an understanding of a culture foundational to human history. Peering closely at the Rosetta Stone, we observe a fragment of a larger stele, dark and granitic, with its broken edges speaking of a history lost and then found. Measuring about 44 inches high, 30 inches wide, and 11 inches thick, this significant artifact bears witness to a bygone era etched into its surface. Upon the face of the stone, three distinct bands of writing draw our eyes. The uppermost text is ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, the script of the gods, a pictorial script that had mystified scholars for centuries. Below it lies the Demotic script, a common form of Egyptian writing used for daily purposes. And finally, at the bottom, we find ancient Greek, the key that would eventually unlock the secrets of the other two scripts. The Rosetta Stone served as a linguistic trifecta, a trilingual decree passed in 996 BC during the reign of King Ptolemy Futh. Each script expressed the same content, which bestowed upon linguists the decryption tool they direly needed. As historians and linguists fervently worked to unlock the enigmatic symbols of hieroglyphs, it was the familiar Greek text that provided the initial breakthrough, setting the stage for one of the greatest linguistic puzzles ever to be solved. The tale of the Rosetta Stone transports us to a pivotal moment in linguistic history, embroiling us in a riddle that perplexed the brightest minds of the age. When the slab was found, it presented an enigmatic trinity of scripts: the mystical hieroglyphs, the elusive Demotic text, and the familiar Greek letters. Yet, the artifact was more than mere stone. It was a cipher awaiting a key, a cryptic portal to a forgotten epoch. For years, the Rosetta Stone's secrets mocked the scholars who dared to interpret its trifecta of texts. Early efforts to unlock its messages were marred by failure as cryptographers grappled with the intricacies of ancient speech long silenced. Hopes of unearthing Egypt's lost knowledge through the stone's inscriptions led to numerous disappointments, leaving academics confounded at the puzzle in their midst. Then, amidst scholarly defeats, emerged a tale of two trailblazers, guided by a blend of rivalry and scholarly tenacity. Engaging in a high-stakes battle of decipherment, Thomas Young, the English polymath, and Jean-François Champollion, the French linguist, embarked on parallel quests. Their objective was clear: to conquer the linguistic labyrinth. Young's foray into the fray bore fruit as he unraveled the cartouches housing royal names. Yet it was Champollion whose profound insight into the Greek texts broke new ground, untangling the hieroglyphic sequences and unveiling words silent for millennia. Their combined efforts swung open the door to the ancients, birthing a new dawn for Egyptology and pioneering the path for generations of language sleuths drawn to history's whispered secrets. In the early 19th century, the journey to decode the Rosetta Stone had gripped the best minds of Europe with fervor. Among these intellects was Jean-François Champollion, a man whose name would become synonymous with the breakthrough in understanding Egyptian hieroglyphs. It was in 1822 when Champollion's years of intense study culminated in a eureka moment of profound significance. The French scholar, who was well versed in languages, became engrossed in the Greek inscription on the stone. He realized that the characters must be phonetic and represented sounds rather than abstract concepts. Combined with his knowledge of Coptic, the liturgical language of Egyptian Christians, which had roots in ancient Egyptian, Champollion managed to identify the sounds of several hieroglyphs that corresponded to Greek names. This revelation opened the floodgates. By bridging the Greek script with the Egyptian hieroglyphs, he was able to translate other hieroglyphic texts and essentially resurrect a language that had been silent for nearly 2 millennia. Champollion's breakthrough was a feat akin to time travel, enabling us to hear the voices of the ancient Egyptians as they spoke of their pharaohs, deities, and everyday lives. The significance of this event cannot be overstated. It was the key that unlocked the richness of a civilization that had laid dormant beneath the sands. Histories, religious texts, and inscriptions that adorned temple walls were now narratives that could be understood, giving us unparalleled insights into ancient Egyptian society. The decipherment of the Rosetta Stone by Champollion was not just a personal triumph, but a beacon of light that illuminated the corridors of the past. Its impact resonated through the fields of archaeology, linguistics, and beyond, forever altering our connection to the early chapters of human history. And as we celebrate this monumental accomplishment, we remember the enduring power of curiosity and perseverance that continue to unveil the secrets of our shared heritage. With the Rosetta Stone's enigmatic code unlocked, humanity was granted a remarkable gift: the ability to unravel the threads of ancient Egyptian civilization. The hieroglyphs, once silent in their magnificent obelisk and temple facades, suddenly found their voices. Through the meticulous work of scholars like Jean-François Champollion, the intricate details of life along the Nile, stretching back thousands of years, began to unfold, illuminating a world rich in culture, religion, and human endeavor. What emerged from this newfound lexicon was no less than a revelation. The texts of pharaohs and priests, scribes and artisans, once impenetrable, were now testaments of daily life and belief. The understanding of complex rituals and divine worship, previously shrouded in mystery, slowly came into sharp focus. The significance of gods and goddesses like Osiris, the lord of the underworld, and Isis, the mother of life, was profoundly deepened, reshaping theories on ancient Egyptian spirituality. Inscriptions dated from various dynasties provided a chronological framework, revealing the evolution of religious practices and socio-political structures from the Old Kingdom to the late period. The impact of this breakthrough extended beyond the borders of Egyptology and into the wider realms of archaeology and linguistics. Scholars now held the keys to a treasury of texts, rich in history, fodder for linguistic models and methodologies. It was not merely an unveiling of Egypt's storied past. It represented a leap forward in understanding the continuity and change in human language and thought. Linguists could now track the shifts in alphabets and syntax, observing the living flow of communication across centuries. For archaeologists, the accurate interpretation of inscriptions meant that every artifact and monument re-emerged, not only as a silent witness to history, but as an active narrator of a civilization's legacy. In the grand tapestry of human history, few discoveries have resonated through the ages, quite like the Rosetta Stone. This slab of granodiorite, named after the town of Rosetta where it was found, casts a long shadow over the field of Egyptology, a testament to the ingenuity of ancient and modern minds alike. Its impact is undeniable, having unlocked the once-lost language of the ancient Egyptians, allowing scholars to finally bridge the gap between our world and theirs. Since its monumental decipherment in the early 19th century, the Rosetta Stone has wielded considerable influence on the study of Egyptian history and the broader discipline of linguistics. The stone's trilingual inscriptions metamorphosed from an enigmatic puzzle into a critical key, one that opened the door to a civilization's soul. The linguistic insights gleaned from its hieroglyphic script, Demotic text, and ancient Greek have enabled us to comprehend not just religious practices and royal decrees, but also the everyday lives of the people of the Nile. The year 1822 stands marked in the annals of history as the moment Jean-François Champollion made his groundbreaking revelations. It was then that the symbols, silent for millennia, found their voice once more. This breakthrough led to a renaissance in ancient studies, breathing new life into the field of Egyptology and illustrating the sheer power of language as a conduit to the past. Imagine a world where the sprawling temples and the stately pyramids still guard their narratives with unbroken silence. Without the Rosetta Stone, the strides made in understanding political structures, religious beliefs, and day-to-day writings that provide a window into the ancient Egyptian mind would have been lost to time. But the legacy of the Rosetta Stone extends beyond the concrete. It is a legacy of human curiosity and perseverance in the face of the unknown. Its story is a call to action, beckoning each new generation to ponder what other secrets lie buried beneath the sands of time. What new revelations could redefine our understanding of history? What mysteries remain ensconced in the languages we have yet to decipher? These questions prompt us to continue our search, to persist in our hunger for knowledge. In this closing moment of our journey today, let's reflect on the unspoken dialogue between us and those who walk the earth before us. The knowledge we unearth from such artifacts as the Rosetta Stone serves not only as a bridge to the past, but also as a mirror, reflecting the continuous thread of human inquiry. Our exploration is far from over, and the hovering silhouette of the Rosetta Stone in the landscape of our discovery urges us forward. What other keys to our collective past are out there, waiting for their voice to be heard, waiting for a moment akin to the one the Rosetta Stone experienced over 2 centuries ago? The quest for knowledge is ever evolving, as boundless and timeless as the Rosetta Stone's own legacy. Thank you for tuning in to the Daily History Podcast's exploration of the Rosetta Stone and the window it opened into ancient Egypt. Remember to subscribe and join us on this timeless quest for knowledge. If our journey today has inspired you, drop a comment with your thoughts and suggestions for future topics. The suggestion with the most likes will not only capture our attention, but could be the centerpiece of our next adventure. Until then, keep the mysteries of history alive in your minds and hearts. Farewell.